In this video, you will learn how to create a Linux virtual machine using the Azure portal, and connect to a running Linux virtual machine using SSH. Let's get a start. When creating a Linux VM in Azure, you also create resources to host the VM. These resources work together to virtualize a computer and run the Linux operating system. These must exist or they will be created with the VM. On the Azure portal menu or from the home page, under Azure Services, select Virtual Machines. Alternatively, you can enter Virtual Machines in the top search box, and press Enter button. In the top menu bar, select Add Virtual Machine. You'll start with the Basics tab. Under Subscription, select your subscription to manage deployed resources and costs. Then, enter a name for your web server VM. Choose the Azure region that's right for you. Select No infrastructure redundancy required. This option can be used to ensure the VM is highly available by grouping multiple VMs together as a set to deal with planned or unplanned maintenance events or outages. For this exercise, we will not need this service. Next, you can choose the base operating system or application for the VM. In this case Ubuntu Server 18.04. Select a VM size to support the workload that you want to run. The size that you choose then determines factors such as processing power, memory, and storage capacity. Azure offers a wide variety of sizes to support many types of uses. Choose whether the administrator account will use username, password, or SSH keys for authentication. In this case, I choose SSH public key. Then, give the administrator username for the VM. For the SSH public key source, select the Generate New Key pair. It will generate new SSH key for our VM. You can give any name for key pair name. Select which virtual machine network ports are accessible from the public internet. Then, select Next Disks to move to the Disk section. On the Disks tab, you can choose OS disk size, OS disk type, encryption type. In our case, keep this as default. In Data Disk section, select the link Create and attach a new disk. The Create a New Disk pane appears. Accept all the default settings. Select OK to create the disk. The Disk section reappears on the Create a Virtual Machine pane. Select Next Networking to move to the Networking section. On the Networking tab, accept all the default values for each setting. By default, Azure creates a virtual network, network interface, and public IP for your VM. The rest of the options in the wizard have reasonable defaults, and there's no need to change any of them. You can explore the other tabs if you like. Finish configuring the VM and creating the image by selecting Review Create. Finally, you can download the SSH key here. Once you download the key, keep it with safe. After the SSH key resource is created, you won't be able to download the private key again. After the deployment is complete, click Go to Resource button. You can use the public IP address for login to the VM machine.